In this video, a Brit and an American search for the lost treasures and forgotten legends of the Canary Islands. As always, we rely on the help of the locals. Before this day, we had no contacts and no plan in particular, just a deep curiosity for what lies beyond the tourist zone of the overexploited Canary Island. Unbeknownst to us, we would meet an absolute legend that would invite us to his hidden property and show us the forgotten culture and history of the island. These islands share a vast history and rich cultural connection not only to Europe, but the Caribbean. It's something that's very easy to forget in 2023. With this adventure, it's safe to say we struck gold, and that's what traveling is all about. So let's get lost in the north of Tenerife. And Zumbate, the Canary Island legend. This is real Canary Island culture, you guys. We're literally underneath the volcano. We're in the forest. We're away from tourists. You're never gonna see this anywhere else. Good morning, guys, from the beautiful north side of the island. Yesterday we explored the northeast, and today some locals have told us that a village down here, El Pri, is a place where no tourists go, and that's what we've been looking for. Now you can't see, but in the background there is the big volcano, Spain's highest point, El Teide. So I thought that myself, an American patriot, is gonna show this British pirate how things are done in the island, and we're gonna look for the authentic people, banana plantations, rum distilleries, maybe other pirates.
Definitely rum.
Well, you can see why a place like this was just a perfect place for shipwrecks and pirates to come, look for coves to hide in and loot the beautiful Canary Islands, because obviously the treasure fleets were arriving from the Americas. This was a pirate's treasure cove, if you will. Treacherous waters down in these parts. You guys, check out how the locals swim. They have a natural pool here. Maybe it's a bit too dangerous to do it right now. Señor, ahora mismo es normal bañarse aquí o peligroso?
No.
Normal. Se puede bañar.
No se puede, te ponen una bandera allí.
¿Y el agua fresquita?
Sí, se te coge la tinga.
He just said your dick will shrivel up if you go swimming right now. Well, you guys, let's look at a little Canary Island bar on the beach. What does it look like? Check it out. La Chalanita Restaurante. The bar is made of a ship, a little boat here, una lancha. Hola, señorita.
Hola, buen día.
Buen día. There's a little Canary Island dog just chilling. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Everybody's friendly in the Canary Islands. Hola. We found an interesting beer here, Forte Mi Cristal. Señores, toma. Un regalito de Logiri.
Okay, thank you. Hey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
¿Y usted cómo se llama?
Basilio.
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 Un guanche.
Canario,
Un guanche.
guanche.
Un guanche de verdad.
Somos bereberes.
Bereberes.
Continente africano.
Sí, sois africanos. Sus genéticas,
Sí.
sus antepasados.
Antepasados. La
Sí.
mezcla cuando vinieron los españoles.
Y conquistaron
a
los
Canarias.
guanches.
Okay. Piedra y flecha se retiraron.
Un siglo para conquistar Tenerife.
Sí.
Entonces la gente aquí es muy fuerte, ¿verdad?
Gofio.
Gofios.
Me caí,
Te caíste y rompiste el brazo y...
me partí el brazo. Después fui al hospital, me enyesaron, me dieron 2 puntos, me enyesaron, me
Hombre,
taparon los puntos
sí.
y me fui a tomar por culo.
Bueno. Hasta luego, señores. Chao. Mucho gusto. Well, you guys, being that I'm here with a British pirate, we actually have to do the honors and buy some rum. Now, the Canary Islanders, the explorers, they went down to Puerto Rico, they went down to Cuba, they brought the sugar from up here in the Iberian Peninsula, the Middle East, and of course that land was very good for cultivating sugar. Rum became one of the most popular drinks in the Caribbean, so it's only appropriate that we find a place where pirates once were to have some rum. If you really like history, this is an astounding place, because anywhere you go on the island, here in the north, you'll find Venezuelan Canarian people. The Canarians, they immigrated to the Americas, to Venezuela, to the Caribbean for centuries. They constructed entire villages, they developed entire industries in Venezuela, and with that money that they made there in the Americas, they sent back this money to help invest and better the lands, because believe it or not, these lands were actually very impoverished for many centuries. People had nothing, they only could grow crop, they were farmers, poor farmers, and yet Here we are in 2023, oftentimes in North America and Europe, forgetting that this amazing history between the Canary Islands and Europe and the connection to the Americas actually exists. And it all started right here.
Nací en Venezuela también. Parte de mi familia es de aquí, de Canarias, y otra parte de la península de País Vasco.
Entonces se dice que Venezuela es la octava isla, ¿no?
Correctamente, sí, la octava isla, porque hay tanta conexión. Fueron miles de inmigrantes canarios que se fueron a Venezuela y ahora los nietos o los hijos estamos retornando aquí. La amabilidad del canario es muy parecida a la amabilidad de la gente en Venezuela y por eso yo creo que se hizo una gran conexión históricamente. Los canarios que llegaron a Venezuela se integraron de una manera increíble y fueron recibidos con mucho amor y cariño. Trajeron mucho desarrollo a Venezuela y se le agradece. Y gracias a todo ese esfuerzo de canarios allá, el dinero que enviaron hacia Canarias logró recuperar la isla en momentos de crisis.
Hola, señor.
Bueno.
¿Tú trabajas en una finca?
Si yo trabajo en la finca.
Sí.
No, pero una pequeña finca nada más.
Estamos intentando grabar la Canaria.
Pero ahora es complicado, ahora no tengo tiempo para eso.
Vale.
Oiga, Pablo,
Vale.
mira, sí, en Aguamansa,
Aguamansa.
sí, ahí antes de llegar al monte, por ahí hay más fincas y de todo.
Vale.
Posiblemente preguntas allí,
Vale,
está
venga.
mejor, ¿vale?
Gracias.
Tengo un poquito de prisa, perdona.
Tranqui.
Hasta luego, chao.
All right, you guys, we're in some real Canary Island countryside now. Finca de la Montaña, wow, check it out. Well, in the same day, we started at the beach. It was quite hot. I was sweating a little bit, it was salty. Now we're up in the alpine forest. Very fresh, cool air. Matt here being from England, he's not actually cold. But you know, I'm a lumberjack, so I feel right at home. So we're in the good old village of Aguamansa. Let's see what Aguamansa has to offer. Y la gente en Aguamansa son gente del campo.
Sí, casi toda. Recorría casi todo el campo.
Prueba con el dedo, prueba con la cuchara.
Pruébala.
Pimienta la puta de la madre.
¿Te gusta el mojo picón?
Ese.
Si eres canario, tienes que comer mojo picón.
Eso es mojo. Eso es mojo.
Bueno, oh yeah.
Eres un buen playmaker, o ¿cómo se llama ahora? Influencer.
No,
No, porque
soy
me-
documentalista.
Y yo llevo aquí viviendo toda la vida. He viajado bien poco. En el monte no. Esto no es el monte, esto es el campo. Y estamos a 900.000 metros. Yo entiendo lo que es el hablar inglés y entiendo lo que es el hablar americano. Aunque intentes pronunciar en español lo más que puedas y decir palabras españolas porque llevas aquí un tiempo. Pero que no. Lo trago.
No nací aquí, pero de corazón soy hispano.
Hispanos somos todos. Aunque vivas en Chile o allá arriba en Panamá,
¿Verdad?
hispano, o en Guinea.
En Guinea también.
En Guinea fue español hasta hace 50 años.
All right, guys, we're in luck. We found Marcos, who's a local from the village, and he's got a farm. But first, we got to bring him down to the village, or we got to bring him down to the city to do some errands, because he has to wait for the bus normally, which takes hours. ¿Qué es la mejor cosa de vivir aquí arriba y la peor cosa?
Todo tiene sus más y todo tiene sus menos. La cosa es habituarte. Esté donde estés.
Mira, estos vistazos aquí son increíbles,
Sí,
¿no?
Sí.
Si nos fallan los frenos, estamos jodidos, pero estamos bien.
Canaria profunda.
Exactamente.
Yo te voy a llevar a la Canaria profunda.
Well, you guys, our guide here is doing an excellent job giving us so much insight. We have a big surprise for you after this. It's gonna be crazy.
Yo mucho crazy.
Tú mucho crazy, dice.
Sí.
He says,
Crazy.
are you crazy?
I love you crazy.
72 tacos.
Y dos bicicletas.
¿Es un niño?
Es un niño, un chacho.
Muchacho.
Muchacho.
Muchachito. Muchacho.
We're up in the mountains still and we have a problem. Oftentimes these caminos here are very narrow and so one has to back up. There's just nowhere to turn around or park. Yeah, so our friend here said this is a sacred place. We can't film there. But he's getting his drums to bring us to his property to show us some folklore music. You would never guess we're on an island, right? This is literally an island.
Porque ahora vas a ver muchas cosas que no han visto ni muchos canarios. Aquí está, venga para adentro.
Oh. It's a zoo, es un zoología, it's a zoo.
¡Zúmbate!
Zúmbate.
Dios. Cago, coño, carajo.
Quiero agradecerte, hermano, por... le conocimos en el bar, random.
Yo a ti, por darle difuminación a nuestra cultura, a nuestra historia, tío. Gracias a ti. Esto es todo elaboración aquí. Esto es cedro, madera de cedro, para conservación.
Natural. Aquí todo verde en las Canarias, en el lado norte.
Con cara de guapo.
Well, we've immersed ourselves truly into the Canary Island culture. I have a special jacket here called the Manta de la Esperanza. For years and centuries, the local Canary Islanders roamed these territories in the mountains because it's quite cold up here, far from the sea, far from the ocean, well, meters up. And because it rains and it's chilly, this will protect you. And I want to teach you guys a little bit of Guanche, Canary Island Spanish that the local islanders, there's a lot of different words here that they said to say hi to people that were passing by, other Canarians, other foreigners, people that came here for years. Ahoo, which means good morning. So, what the hell's going on? ¿Qué está pasando aquí, yo?
Esto, vela corta, vela larga.
Ajá.
Aquí se pone una vela. ¿Sabes una vela? Con la vela, ¿eh?
Sí.
¿Tú quieres ver cómo comen gatos, perros, todos juntos?
Sí, todos juntos.
Todos juntos van a comer. Cada cierto tiempo le hago
Vale.
lentejas. Vamos, ñaña. Para ser animalista, tienes que tú ponerte en el lugar del animal. El animal tiene que ser como es. Pues si le pones un suéter, le pones una... ¿Cómo le vas a poner ropa a un animal? Le estás quitando su animalismo.
Tiger, qué lindo eres. Qué lindo eres. Oh, tiene una herida.
Es que muchos gatos son las peleas. Bate. Si tú supieses, mi amor, en lo que vengo pensando, hasta la ropa interior ya te estarías quitando. Alabamos la conquista, o sea, el conquistador engañó al guanche y todavía hoy en día sigue el pueblo conquistado, ¿no? Porque todavía siguen alabando a Callaya Candelaria. Y son un montón de mentiras eclesiásticas que llegue eso a las escuelas, que nos traten como si fuéramos tan ignorantes. Llegó una virgen por el mar y se vino, fue un milagro que vino por el mar. O sea, fue la manera que tuvieron los españoles de conquistar que conquistaran con la religión, ¿entiendes? Por eso yo todas esas celebraciones no me gustan. Que no es un motivo de celebración nuestra, sino es un motivo de la celebración del invasor, ¿no? Y hoy en día cada vez menos mal que se están descubriendo las mentiras que nos han mandado toda la vida.
We need to call our neighbors. They're waiting for us. Instead of saying, Paco, we do this.
Y después, no, es dar paso corto. No intentes caminar.
Vale.
El mes que entra.
Pirititi.
Pero cierra los pies, cierra los pies. Cierra los pies. Vámonos, Guajira. Vámonos para allá. Esto tiene 80 centímetros de altura. Wow.
Marcos here, he's quite the mountain man. He's telling me about all the stories where he used to climb down the canyon with this stick here from the volcano down to this mountain. Jesus. I'll show you how he does it right now. This guy's something else.
Estoy medio reventado. Estoy cansado.
Wow. Uf, hombre. Ya.
No pasa nada. Hay que saber caer. Pero es tirar la lata y bajar por el palo. Estos los cabreros lo usaban para brincar por los barrancos detrás de las cabras. Las repisas que tú ves así en los barrancos, pues las cabras a lo mejor huyen y se quedan allá arriba atascadas. Y después no saben bajar, igual que los gatos cuando suben un árbol. Es una herramienta de trabajo, la herramienta del cabrero, que hoy en día se ha transformado en deporte autóctono.
Well, you guys, it's about time to dig in and get some grub. We bought that pork down the mountain. We're rewarming it up. No microwaves out here. As those Welsh people say, I'm starving.
Starving, Marvin.
And the golden beer, the Pilsner beer. Recolectando leña.
Abuela la niñita, se quita que ya está preparada. Llegó Santa Claus.
Llegó Papa Noel. It's cold in these mountains. Actually, it's really cold.
Oye, la cama es pequeña, pero... Después la ponemos.
You know, normally we look for a hotel after a great day. And even though it's pretty hard in Tenerife, you know, we eventually find one, but we decided tonight, thanks to meeting this amazing guy. Look at him. He's got his kit. Rastaman. Pirate rum that we didn't actually get to use at a pirate fortress because we do have a pirate here, if you remember. Cheers to that for the great day. Matt, thanks for joining me on the trip.
Zumbate!
Zumbate, the Canary Island legend.
Very good.
This is real Canary Island culture, you guys. We're literally underneath the volcano. We're in the forest. We're away from tourists. You're never gonna see this anywhere else except for on Adventure Elliot's channel.
Un pirata del Caribe, el Cabeza Perro. Cabeza Perro todavía hoy en Candelaria la gente está haciendo hoyos por ahí. Diga de Candelaria para arriba, en los altos de Candelaria. Y todavía en el barranco Samarine, dícese que Cabeza Perro enterró un tesoro en ese barranco hace 300 años. Y todavía tú vas a Candelaria, a los antiguos y tal cual, y dices, ¿qué fue del tesoro Cabeza Perro? Dice, todavía se está buscando. No lo sabe la gente de aquí, no lo enseñan en las escuelas. Pirata de Candelaria. Que se ha hecho es prohibir las cosas. De nada que se prohíben las cosas es cuando se ponen peligrosas. Para eso me fugaba yo de la escuela. Una vez estuve 3 meses fugado sin nadie darse cuenta. Hasta que me expulsaron. La profesora decía, el hombre viene de Adán y Eva, no sé qué, el hueso, un cacho barro. Y yo le decía, maestra, el hombre viene, el hombre y la mujer tienen que hacer el amor, la mujer se queda embarazada y después sale el niño. Usted decía un cacho barro, ¡pegador! Yo que vengo aquí a aprender, a que me peguen, y yo se lo decía a mi padre, yo no voy a la escuela para que me peguen. Y eso fue, y tú ves, coño, hay que tener valor, tío, con 11 años. Yo no, yo hago lo que sea, trabajo duro, colega, de chico, pero la escuela no. No voy a aprender yo mentira. Mi suerte fue que me quité la escuela, he aprendido a trabajar la madera, a trabajar la piedra, a trabajar el hierro.
Esta isla era en alguna época salvaje oeste, como...
Todavía sigue siendo Billy, no te olvides, Billy.
Well, you guys, it's day 3. We slept like babies in that cold-ass cabin up in the mountains. Man, what a character we met last night. And thankfully, we've lowered in elevation, but we're still pretty high up. As you can see, we've got a great look at the whole north side of the island here. The central north, that's Puerto de la Cruz, where all the Brits go and the Canadians and the Swedes, Germans, etc. We stayed way up there, and we can't even see the volcano behind us. But it's really interesting how these people live on these terraces, right? They have to make everything terrace, whether it's the agricultural plots, the houses, the cities, because you can't really see on camera that well, but it is, you know, a nice incline. And of course, the beautiful Atlantic Ocean beneath us. I really don't know if we're gonna be finding any plantains, any bananas today, because from what we've learned from the local Guanche, the natives, that's all ran by corporations. And so I think we'll just show you what we can, because there's still a lot more crazy beautiful scenes, but to be honest, what we discovered yesterday we can't top.
Well, you guys, we're trying to get to the Machu Picchu of the island, and this is like a back road. Check it out. It's so steep. You can't tell how steep it is, but I'm in first gear the whole time. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Woo woo! All right, we're finally getting up, man. Only the real adventurers live up here, you guys. This place we're going to is famous for the fact that for many years it was unreachable because there were no paved roads. Well, we're in the very north of the island, and as you can see, there's a chapel here. But talking to Marcos yesterday, a true Guanche, right, the indigenous people from this area, they have Guanche DNA, originate from Berbers, right, from northern Africa. He's been saying, obviously, over the centuries that they lived in the nature, they used the crops to survive, the caves. And of course, the Castellanos, the Castilian Spaniards arrived, baptized them, colonized them, changed their last names. The Portuguese did the same. There's actually entire villages with last names that are deriving from Portuguese. And so once you learn those facts, you start to understand the land a lot better. Wow, you guys, this is dodgy as hell, but it's beautiful. Check it out. What do you guys think? Would you drive on Spain's most dangerous road? Well, remember how our goal the last few days was to find places where tourists didn't exist. For some reason, we're dumb enough to think that this was one of those places. Check it out. Even the local native people here, the Guanches, they were isolated. They didn't even get to these parts. Very few did. And the Canarians, the Castilians, they didn't either. But nowadays, 2023, you can't find one parking spot here. It's absolute madness down there, so we had to come all the way up here. It is what it is. So Matt, did you have fun?
Yeah, it's a great trip, man. Great trip. Yeah, loved every minute.
What we learned definitely is that there are still unexplored areas where locals only see other locals, where tourists don't get, but sometimes they don't show up on the map or on the tourist website. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta go searching, talk to a local here, talk to a local there, and you'll find the lost treasures of the Canary Islands. See you guys later.